Well, here we go, race fans. The feature race for the opening night of the 2017 USA Late Model Invasion Tour here at the Perth Motorplex. 20 laps ahead of them, the preliminary A main, all the points counting for tomorrow night. Two-night show. It's quite slick track conditions, but an ultra-smooth racetrack for the competitors. Unfortunately, we've lost American Jason Fitzgerald from this race after hurting an engine earlier in the night. And Craig Vosbergen, fairly strong night, starting out at pole position. The Kentucky Colonel, Steve Francis, on his outside. The Barry Wright race car, car number 91 for Osmine Racing. And Steve Francis going for his 11th feature race win in a row here in Western Australia, although he hasn't been here for a couple of years. Second row, Paul Stubber in that XR1 Rocket. And number 31 and Kyle Blight, 41, who's been very consistent so far tonight. The American Devon Moran is in a great heat race earlier in the night with Mark Giancola, who's out of 5. Jay Carty from 6. Michael Holmes, Jamie Oldfield, Warren Oldfield, Brad Blake, Veronica McCann, Mark Giancola, Paul Joss, Matt Goodlad, Chris Paluch, and Jason Bond. Your first 10 rows were underway. 20 laps ahead of them. The preliminary A main in the opening night of the 2017 USA Late Model Invasion Tour, the Perth Motorplex. And as expected, the Kentucky Colonel, Steve Francis, gets a great start in car number 91 as they come through Pitts Corner for the first time. Kyle Blight, three-quarter track high, and the yellow lights have come on. So we'll have a complete restart. Lionel Kirkby has brought the car to a stop in turns 1 and 2, car number 58 out of Kalgoorlie. So not sure if we're going to get a complete restart. I would say that we will. Second attempt at a start. What has Craig Vosbergen got for the American Steve Francis? Still 20 laps ahead of him in the preliminary A main in the opening night here at the Perth Motorplex. Underway, Steve Francis gets a very good start. They're 3 wide for third. The American Devon Moran already on the charge up in the 4th place in the USA number 99 Revolution race car. As Kyle Blight gets a little bit out of shape in pits corner that first time around. They're still 3 wide for about 4th place. They sort themselves out. And we got one around in pits corner. Jason Bond in 95. And a restart will be called once again early on here in the preliminary main event. Set for a restart. 1 lap completed. Still 19 remaining in the preliminary main event. Steve Francis leads him to the line. This big field make their way around the Perth Motorplex out of Woomel Civil Corner and down the back straightaway for the first time. Look at the battle for second, third and fourth. Here comes Devon Moran, the American, trying to make the bottom side of the racetrack work. The 2 Revolution chassis cars of Moran and Blight run third and fourth at the moment. Here comes Moran. He is really working the bottom part of the racetrack. Looks to the inside of Craig Vosbergen in the rocket chassis for Maxim Racing Oils and Hoosier Tyres. They come out of turn 4. Kyle Blight on the charge. Up by the concrete wall. There's a good battle further back between Michael Holmes, Jay Carty and Paul Stubber for 5th. But look at the battle for second, third and fourth. It's on in earnest in the early laps of this one. Down the back straight away. Kyle Blight, three-quarter track high, trying to make the Blights Electrics 41 work top side of the racetrack. While his teammate in the Revolution stable, Devon Moran, making the bottom part of the racetrack work. And slowly but surely catching our race leader. The American run 1-2 at the moment. Francis for Moran. Blight to the bottom side of Craig Vosbergen. A bit of a touch between them. The 2 orange cars won the Rocket and won the Revolution. Side by side for third and fourth. Through turns 1 and 2 as our American visitors in Francis and Moran snake their way through the lap traffic as Francis is putting a lap down on the driver out of New South Wales, and Wade Carter is Kyle Blight clearly now in 3rd place. Wrestled that away from Craig Vosbergen as Blight now touches the concrete wall with 6 down, make that 7 down this time around, and 13 remaining. The opening night of the 2017 USA Invasion Tour for late models through the Perth Motorplex. And it's all the Kentucky Colonel, Steve Francis, a handy lead at the moment as he works his way through the lap traffic of Alec Melvin, Simon McNabb, and also Ryan Ludlow as he comes out of turn 4. Moran has now gone to the top of the racetrack in the USA 99, the young man out of Dresden, Ohio. His dad, Donnie Moran, one of the all-time greats of the sport in the United States, and Devon now eking out a fantastic career for himself. Will embark on a big World of Outlaws campaign in 2017. He's out here in Australia at the moment running the Ball race engines. USA number 99 as he works his way through the late traffic. Kyle Blight, the best of the West Australians at the moment, in third from Craig Vosbergen. Further back to Jay Carney, Jamie Oldfield, Paul Stubber and Warren Oldfield. A good battle for the minor placings. They work their way through the late traffic. A couple of stoppages early, but we've got halfway home, 10 down and 10 remaining. And Steve Francis continues to lead. From Devon Moran, Kyle Blight and Craig Vosbergen not letting Blight get out of his... get too far away from him at the moment. Good battle for third and fourth. So they come down the main straightaway. There'll be 9 to run this time around. We've got a car stationary on the pole line. It's Jason Bond in car number 95, and he's got the car mobile again. So the green lights have stayed on. And it's all Steve Francis waltzing away with this one. Looking for his 11th feature race win in a row here in Western Australia. Has dominated the Invasion Tour since it began a little over 5 years ago. And at one at the moment with the Barry Wright race car for Osborne Drilling Consumables. He comes down the front straight. Devon ran a distant second place at the moment. Look at Craig Vosbergen trying to work the bottom part of the racetrack to find a way past Kyle Blight. A great battle between Blight in 41 and the 8 of Craig Vosbergen. Michael Holmes now starting to come forward in 91 I should say, the second of the Osborne Racing entries. The Barry Wright race car, Michael Holmes working its way forward as Jamie Oldfield, Jay Carney and Paul Stubber. The ding-dong battle further back in the field. But it's all Steve Francis at the moment with 5 to run. The preliminary main event, the opening night, this 4-night tour here in Western Australia. We'll be back here at the Perth Motorplex in 24 hours time to conclude the opening weekend of this year's Invasion Tour. Off to Collie next Friday night and Albany on Saturday. But Kyle Blight continues to be the leading West Australian car at the moment, as Devon Moran, the second of the Americans, just can't make an impression on the race leader Steve Francis at the moment as Moran works his way through the traffic. But up front, it's all of the Kentucky Colonel, Steve Francis. Moran has, we got one around down in turn number 1. Simon McNabb has spun, and now Alec Melvin has spun the 88 car out of Collie in turn 4 with 3 laps remaining. Set for a restart. 3 laps ahead of him. What has Devon Moran and Kyle Blight got for our race leader Steve Francis? Ready to run. On the way. And Devon Moran goes to the bottom part of the racetrack. The USA number 99, nearly a touch between them. And Francis goes back around the outside. Look at Michael Holmes digging on the bottom. The second of the Osborne cars, the Australian number 91. And Craig Vosbergen, they're nearly 3 wide for second. So they come off turn 4 with 2 to run. The preliminary main event. It's Francis from Moran Americans 1-2 at the moment. Here comes Michael Holmes charging on the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to be the first West Australian driver across the line. Be side by side with Kyle Blight. Blight touches the concrete wall, rubs the right side of the body against the concrete walls. They come down the main straight. White flag on display, 1-1 at the Perth Motorplex. And Michael Holmes is charging forward. And it's probably going to take the final spot on the podium. But out of turn number 4, the American Steve Francis, 11 feature race wins in a row here in Western Australia. Moran for second. Michael Holmes charged home in the end for third. From Kyle Blight, Craig Vosbergen, Jamie Oldfield and Paul Stubber. So Veronica McCann spins on the last corner. But what a thrilling climax. That restart will certainly help the second of the Osborne cars of Michael Holmes. So it's Osborne racing first and third, and Americans first and second. Steve Francis beats home his countryman Devon Moran. So Kentucky's Steve Francis beating the Dresden, Ohio's Devon Moran for second. And Michael Holmes, he loves a slick racetrack, charged home in the concluding stages to get the victory or to get the final spot on the podium, I should say, in 91.